I don't know if y'all can hear. I was bopping to that little countdown music. That's my joint right there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to UTR Presents Dead Men Talking. We missed y'all. We was gone for 2 weeks. We gone for a minute. It was my fault. I'm not gonna lie. My fault. Been a little bit busy. Those of you who missed me on our Thursday show for the past 2 weeks, there was no way I was going to be on those past 2 weeks. The first Thursday was the missus' birthday. There's no way I was going to be able to be on the show for that. Then the second week, last Thursday, was my anniversary. There was no way I was going to be on the show for that. Hey, how you been? Fuck you, Tito. All right.
Yeah, folks. Sorry about last week.
Kiss my ass, Tito.
It wasn't just Kenny. It was all. We all had like a lot of things kind of busy. Got us sidetracked, and we had to reschedule. We apologize for that. So that means this week we're going to have a double episode. We're going to cover 8 and 9.
And
so,
woo boy.
Yeah, woo
boy. It's gonna, you know what? Let's just jump to the nitty-gritty. As always, it's me, your boy Papa Cillin, here with my man, second course of venison, Mongo. We gonna life happen. Yeah, I'm gonna life my foot in your ass for that Xbox comment. God damn it. But let's jump right into episode 8. Boy, was this one a doozy.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. So, and this happened right after the episode where we get to see Ellie's backstory a little bit.
Right.
And you get find out who. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, right, like you said, right after her backstory, right after she had the moves put on her, and we found out she got bit and stuff like that. So yeah, so you see why the episode before is a preview to the hate that we see come out of Ellie in episode 8. All right,
brother, so I was a friend of mine just catching up, and he got to episode 8, and he said, "I don't trust this preacher. I don't know, something about him I don't like." And I was like, "That's a good idea. You probably should."
Yeah,
that's a good call.
You know what? Speaking of the preacher, let's start it off. Episode 8 starts off where we have a preacher in a town in West Bubblefuck somewhere. Okay, he's inside of a little, looks like I guess a mess hall, and he's preaching to his the people of the town. And all of a sudden, during the middle of him preaching, yes, we are here this morning. Hello. During the middle of him preaching, we see a little girl starts breaking down crying. And we find out that the preacher's name is David. Preachers in zombie shows really aren't what they seem. Yeah, they really aren't. So we find out David is preaching to his town. The little girl starts crying because we find out that her father has recently died. We don't know the cause of his death. We just find out that he's died, and she asks David, when can we bury him? David gives a suspicious look around to 2 other people that's sitting there. The woman consoling the little girl, and another dude across the hall.
Who, by the way, his right-hand man is Nolan North, the man that voiced Joel.
Yes, I was getting ready to say that. That was pretty cool. The guy that he looks at across the hall, we find out later on, his name is James. And that's the guy who actually voices Joel in the game. So that was pretty cool that they keep adding on to.
Right. Was it Nolan North? I was getting too mixed up. It's not Nolan North. It's God, who
Got it.
Can't remember who. Troy Baker. I always get Troy Baker. I always get Troy Baker and Nolan North mixed up because they always do the same shit. They're always. It's like those. If you know anything about voice acting, Nolan North and Troy Baker always have like very similar main character roles. so I always get them mixed up. It's Troy Baker.
Joining us with his pretty ass haircut, Mr. Not Infected, Mike Joe. Oh, pretty mofo gonna jump on here. How you pretty at 11 o'clock in the morning? Man, get your ass off the street.
All I got to say is hate, 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 hate.
Hey.
Look, Mike, Mr. Not Infected. They said prove it. How do we know?
You see the beard? That's how you know.
No, Mr. Not Infected. If you got a fresh beard, that means you're not infected. Damn,
oh,
my
so we
shit
good?
Looking...
We all good then. Okay, all right.
Wait, I'm looking a little raggedy. I need a cut. Damn. So that means they might be
Hey fellas, I know for a fact y'all washed your ass this morning, so that's how I know you're not affected. So
that's good. That's another good point. I damn sure did. I brushed my teeth and washed my ass. So the little girl is crying. She asks when can she bury her father. David looks over at her very suspiciously to James and the other woman and says, honey, the ground is frozen solid. We'll bury him in the spring. Now, oh, wait. How do you know about me not being allowed in the bunker?
Oh, because I did this. Look under your name.
Oh. We'll get to that in a minute. Why I ain't allowed in the bunker. So after their little meeting and the town goes out, James and David are talking. David says, I sent some doubt in there. And James looks over and says, they're nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. You'll find out in a minute why I ain't allowed in the bunker. But to be fair, Mongo was the first person to say I'm not allowed in the bunker. He was the first person to say, but you'll find out why I'm not allowed in the bunker, and it has nothing to do with the second part of your comment.
But it has something to do with episode 8.
It definitely has something to do with episode 8, but you'll find out in a second. So James tells David, they just, food is running out. It's scarce. They're just scared, though. They'll still follow you. David looks at James and says, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you. Like, are you with me? I need to know that you're with me. And James gives him that look and says, you know what? All right, cool. I'm with you. He taps him on the shoulder. We find out they got about a good week or 2 weeks left of deer meat and stuff left.
And that's if they even if they ration, they might not have that much. Like it's
right.
Not a lot.
Right. So even if they ration, they might not have as much. So James tells David that a couple of the guys saw a wild deer running around at night. Tells him, let's go get our guns, but go hunt. We then switch over to Ellie and Joel. Ellie, for some reason, and I don't know how this happened, they have a piece of like beef jerky that's about this goddamn big that they've been surviving off. Ellie rips a piece off, takes a nibble, and then puts. I'm like, how the hell have y'all been living off a broken Dorito chip worth of beef jerky?
And did this episode say how long it had been?
No.
Since the last. Okay, because in the game they don't say how long it's been, but
you figure
you go from like fall to like covered in snow.
Dead winter.
Yeah, like so. They did the same here, I think. So I don't know how much time should have passed, but it's been a while.
You figure it's enough time that an infection is set in.
Right.
Yes.
It's enough time for an infection to set in. And for an infection to set in the way it did with Joe, you figure maybe it's been about a month. So possibly around like close to a month they've been traveling. And we see that Joel is still pretty much unconscious. Ellie takes a bite of that little beef jerky and realizes, hey, this ain't gonna last. I need to go out hunting. She grabs Joel's gun, which comes in handy from the previous episode before the flashback where Joel showed Ellie how to shoot, because it comes in handy right here. Because Ellie actually goes out hunting. At first, she sees a rabbit, tries to chase it, busts her ass face first in the snow. Now, I'm not gonna lie, because of the type of scenarios that they've been in, um, because of the type of scenarios that they've been in and stuff like that, you thought it picked up a couple of days. Nah, because even after she sewed him up for an infection set in the way it did, it has to been at least a couple of weeks, because that shit is throughout his blood. He got a fever. He's not moving. He's barely drinking. He threw out his bloodstream, so it might have been a couple of weeks. So Ellie goes out. She tries to hunt. She sees a rabbit, falls, busts her ass, falls on her face. Now, like I was saying, because of the type of show that this is, I was expecting when the camera panned up from her face being in the snow, something dramatic was going to be directly in front of her face. I was thinking like a frozen clicker. Something was going to be like, nothing else. Okay. So she walks a little further and sees this big buck there. And thanks to Papa Joe showing her how to shoot, Ellie puts her rifle down on the log, aims up, pow! Hits that
Right now.
dead on. Hits him dead on. But what Ellie don't know is, usually, unless you're the skilled marksman and know exactly where to hit a deer, it ain't going down right away. Okay. I'll put it to you this way, folks. If you can hit a deer with a car and it ain't going down, going at about 70, unless you're a marksman, that deer ain't going down off of one bullet.
Your car's gonna be more messed up than the deer will be. Like that's
yeah.
It's
Yeah. So she hits the deer. Bah! Deer scampers off a little bit. Ellie's like, no fucking way. She can't believe that she hit the deer, and she can't believe that the deer didn't die. So it was two shocks in one for her. So she goes chasing after the deer. The deer obviously dies. I'll pay money to see that. I will pay money to see that. Because you know what? I do believe you got hands. For some reason, I do believe you do have hands. But
the stuff she leaves in our comments, I'm sure she does. But also,
right.
This is like when people are like, "Oh, I could fight a bear." No, you can't. You can't fight a deer either. No, absolutely not. I'm tired of the human being like, "I can take it." No, you can't. That's why we make tools, because we are physically inferior to these animals. No way. No.
That deer is going to ram you right in the ass. No, thank you.
Yeah, that transition was intense. Like I really want y'all to play the game just to like see how invested you get in moments like this.
See, here's the thing.
The issue is like now you know what happens for the most part, but still, like it's something about it. It's just you get drawn in when like you said, you do feel fear and you feel this like anxiety once you have to make that switch.
I'm not trying to play the game because I like to sleep. I'm not trying to get involved in a game that's going to have me up all night long going like that. I need beauty sleep in life.
Yeah, you're gonna your heater's gonna make a weird sound. It's gonna be like, what the fuck? Whoa,
I'm gonna throw it out the goddamn window. Okay, the first time I'm playing that game at 2 a.m. and I hear that fucking ice machine starts clicking in my freezer, and I'm kicking the entire fridge over and throwing it from the 8th floor window. Plain and simple. Okay, like I can't do that to myself. Y'all know I'm old. Y'all know I'm old. Y'all trying to have me have a heart attack. Bad enough y'all want to make me cry. Now y'all want me to have a heart attack. You know what? I'm starting to think y'all want me off this place.
That got me. GameStop sponsors. Yeah, By the way, that got me to that reminded me. If there's a show coming up y'all want us to cover, because Last of Us is over right now, leave it in the comments. We'll get to it. Because we got to get some new stuff to talk about.
Right, folks. So definitely let us know what shows that y'all would love for us to cover, and we'll definitely take those into consideration. Right?
But you
You like eating and
Especially if it makes
sleeping.
especially if it makes Kenny cry. That's it's a double.
but ladies and gentlemen, did you realize something? Did you realize something here, ladies and gentlemen? Think about what Kenny just said, right? And I'm a pretty motherfucker, right? This motherfucker said he wanted beauty sleep. Beauty sleep. Yet I'm the
Yeah,
pretty one.
you damn right,
So I the only pretty motherfucker on this podcast.
motherfucker. We share a birthday, so you pretty. Damn right, we pretty. How's my cry
Yeah,
list going?
I believe you caught up on the crowd list. Did you not?
Most of it, except for one of them that I refuse to watch. That I refuse.
Yes, he needs more recommendations.
Yes, send them,
Give
please.
them to us.
I'm not
Please.
watching that one that with the trailer that when the girl was on the other side of the prison wall, her father. I'm not watching that one.
No.
I'm not watching that one.
No.
pretty deadly.
So damn pretty, so
And so damn deadly.
All right, let's get back to this. So she shoots the deer, and of all people that find the deer, it's actually David and James. Okay, so they're looking around like, oh shit, this deer just magically like ran up on us. We in need of it. Let's grab it before whoever did shoot it comes and finds it. So as soon as they get ready to grab it, who jumps in? Ellie. Ellie hits him with the make one false move, and I'll put one between your goddamn eyes. Okay. David is trying to convince her, hey, I know you're out here. You shouldn't be out here alone. You should come back with us. We can help you. She tells him, I'm not alone. I'm with a large group. So David then hits her with actual reasoning and pure judgment. David says, okay, even if you're not out here alone. Right. Ellie is.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Now, he hits Ellie with pure logic. He says, okay, even if you're not out here alone, there's no way you can drag this whole damn deer by yourself. He said, let's make a deal. I can trade you something for the deer. And she goes, do you have medicine? Like for infections, antibiotics? David tells her, yeah, we have some. She goes, you give me antibiotics and I'll give you half the deer. David sends James. First he tells James, do as I say. This ain't cold. Go get the goddamn antibiotics. Like, do exactly as I say. So from that point, we definitely see that David is the definite leader of that town that they were in. So he sends James to go get the antibiotics. And he tells Ellie it's going to be a while for him before he comes back. There's a little boathouse nearby. He says we can go get shelter in there. I got matches. We can stay warm until he gets back. Ellie says, all right, drag the deer. Any false moves? Yeah, I know. You'll put one right between my eyes. So they go to this to the boathouse. David starts the fire where he begins to talk to Ellie. And she says, what are you? Some kind of cult? He's like, well, kind of, but not really. I am a preacher, but just mainly, typical Bible stuff, nothing more. And he tells her that he used to be a teacher. So Ellie hits him with, so you went from teacher to preacher. Why? Because it fucking rhymes. She goes, you went from preacher to teacher. Why? Because it fucking rhymes. And I'm like, God damn it, Ellie, we love it.
Such a smart ass.
Right. Such a fucking smart ass. So as they're sitting there talking, the plot thickens as they're talking, David tells Ellie,
Ellie got bars.
right. So David tells her, my town, David is still trying to convince her to come back to the town with him. And Ellie hits him with what? So I can be another one of your starving people of your town? Smart ass Ellie again.
Which it's damn. And every time she says something, I was like, "That's a good point."
Right.
That's a good point. That's a good
Right.
point.
So David begins to tell her, my team, I sent my town is getting hungry. So I sent 4 men out to go look for some food, but only 3 returned. One of the men was killed by a guy who was traveling alone with a young girl. Ellie's eyes get wide as shit.
She turned.
We find out that the raiders that stabbed Joe was actually from David's town. She turns around. James has a gun pointed on him. David tells James, don't shoot her. Did you bring the medicine? James says, yeah. He says, give it to her. James looks at him like, dude, are you serious? These are the people that killed, I forgot his name. He's like, no, give it to her. He throws her over the medicine and boom. Ellie takes it, runs out. All right. James is like, how could you let that happen? He's like, she's out here alone. Obviously, the guy that she's with is not doing well. Let's get this back to the town, and we can come out and get a search party tomorrow, and we can find them, and you can have the revenge that you want. All right.
Fuck boy number 1. Yeah, we can call him that.
Oh
boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, that's good. Lord.
Man, we
not this morning, ma'am.
We are not
this morning.
No.
Yeah, wait for about 21 minutes. We'll get it.
Right. At least let it be the afternoon.
Exactly.
At least let it be the afternoon. Like, we still sipping on morning coffees, having wake and bakes. Like, let it get to the afternoon first, yo. So David tells James, we'll send out a search party for her in the morning. He gets Ellie takes the antibiotics, runs back to Joel, and
us too,
bro.
March Madness, more like March bullshit.
Right.
Princeton and Furman? Really? Princeton and Furman. Who in the never mind.
And then what? Farley Dixon? Like, what kind of name
is that? Farley Dixon beat Purdue. Farley Dixon. A damn toy company beat Purdue.
Dude, I'm not even looking at my bracket anymore. It makes no sense for me to look at my bracket anymore, yo.
I know I ain't winning shit. I
went from being in first place to last in one night, and it stayed that way. That's it.
We're getting sidetracked, but yeah. Fuck the
bracket. So Ellie gets the antibiotics. Now here's some gruesome shit. She doesn't know where to shoot Joel with the antibiotics. She doesn't know where to shoot Joel with the antibiotics. She's not a doctor. She doesn't know, you can give it in the arm. Just as long as the antibiotics get into him is what she really needs to worry about. So, you know what? can you actually blame her logic for what she did? She figured, you know what, this is an open wound. It's medicine. Let me put it directly into the fucking open wound.
I guess, no, that logically that's fair. She wouldn't really know.
Logically is
Also,
fair. Medically is wrong.
Also, all right, I have a fear of needles. I don't like needles. It ain't about pain. I don't give a shit about pain. But it's the idea of like something like going like inside my skin like that. It just freaks me out. It's like something like being invasive. I can't do needles.
Right.
So when I saw that happen, are you okay, Kenny?
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, our boy Greg Mongo is about 6'3", maybe 6'4", probably about 280, maybe even close to 3. This is a big, burly grizzly bear. Big, burly grizzly bear of a man. To have him sit here and tell me that he is afraid of needles makes me look at him very differently now. And I don't want to hear shit about anything else that I ever tell you frightens me now. You
Look,
then on top of that,
hold on. Let me explain it. Because so 2020 I was in a hospital. Obviously, I had a lot of needles put in me. Had blood drawn, a lot of shots, IVs. Every time I get an IV, they can never get it in the first time. And I've had them every now and then pop a vein trying to make it work. And again, it's not the pain. I don't get it for the pain, but it's the idea of like them messing shit up inside my body, trying to get it right.
You know,
like when they first told me, "I'll pop your vein," I was like,
what, Mongo?
"I want to go."
We need to get your ass out of South Carolina. That's the problem. We need to get you around some medical folks that know what the hell is going on.
That was in Georgia. That was in Georgia.
That
was in Georgia.
Come on, you had Lil Jon as your damn nurse. What you expect?
So it's you know.
You know what, Mongo? I was never too fond of needles either, brother.
Hence the reason why you have no tattoos.
Exactly.
Honestly, I would love to get a tattoo, but yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I'm good. Nah.
Here I am looking like a walking billboard if I take my shirt off. I look like
get some goddamn sponsors, Kenny. Get some sponsors on your chest.
Exactly.
I look like a goddamn train station if I take my shirt off.
To watch nurses put needles in my arm because I need some guarantee that things are going well. They always miss. They always miss. It sucks.
As you know what? As someone who is a certified phlebotomist, I apologize to you for that. Because I actually am a certified phlebotomist. I have never missed. Ever.
I'm saying you would. I have some of the nurses that I was dealing with last year, they were like, they called them in because the other ones would keep missing. And I'm like, let's have them do it. Call them. Anytime they're like, we're going to get some blood, I'm like, you better fucking call Kelly. You better get in there and get her ass in here.
I'm going to be honest with you.
And also back then I didn't have a voice. I was like, you better call Kelly, get her ass in here.
Just a word of advice. Just if you ever have to get blood drawn, your best bet sometimes is to ask for a phlebotomist or an anesthesiologist. Those two technicians usually never miss, baby. Never miss. Hence another reason why I got so many kids, never miss. But that's another story. Let's get back to this. So, Ellie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny is the Steph Curry of UTR.
Half court, no fair, baby. Let's go. So Ellie decides to take the antibiotics and straight inject it into the goddamn hole in Joel's side. So she's oozing that shit in. And She goes, "Come on, Joel." First, she says, "Joel." First, she's talking to him like, "Where do I put this, Joel?" And my thing is, if Joel would have answered, I would have got up and ran. Target practice. The term "shoot the club up" it was invented because of me. Okay. So
just shut the fuck up and go to the next part. God.
So we then cut back to David and James. No, we then come back to the mess hall that we were at where the preaching was going on. And we see two people in the kitchen, and one of them is chopping up some meats. The cook.
Thank you, Tito. I appreciate you looking out for me, brother. With the one shot, one kill lifestyle.
Call me GoldenEye, baby. So
I hate you.
She's chopping up the meat, making a stew, and she looks over. And it didn't dawn on me right then and there, but she says, "What is it?"
James,
and he
like,
looks.
Venison.
Yeah, he looks at her and said, "Venison?" And she's like, "Yeah, all right." And throws it in.
Going back and watch that episode again, you notice he takes like 5 seconds. He's like,
right. He's like, "Venison?"
Venison?
Like, he's saying it to make himself believe it. It didn't dawn on me right then. So the people are in the mess hall eating or whatever the case may be. And David and James come in with the deer that they took from Ellie, since Ellie ran off without the deer. She just ran off with the medicine. And he's like, "There's a big deer here." And the whole mess hall gets quiet because clearly James got a big ass mouth. So when he came back to get the fucking medicine, old blabbermouth James done told everybody they done found the people that done killed Boy. James ain't been gone 2 hours and done told the whole fucking town. James got a big ass mouth. Okay. You're the right-hand man to the person in charge. Okay. You can
he also,
come and
by the
go
way, physically has a very, very big mouth.
Yeah.
That shit. It looks like a Canadian in South Park.
Yeah.
Shit is
Yeah.
huge.
Every
time he opens his mouth,
it's a Muppet. Motherfucker's a Muppet. Okay. James done told the whole town in less than 2 hours what's going down. As the right-hand man, you have the freedom to move in and out wherever you need to go without an explanation to anyone. Okay? But James felt the need to tell him, you know what, Tito? You goddamn right. He was definitely smoking back here taking a shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. James out there, we don't found the killers, but don't tell nobody. That's what James out there doing. Oh my god. 10 more minutes. Just 10 more minutes we asked of you.
Voice actor mouth. What the hell?
I don't even know what the hell that means. I just
bro,
right, whatever. Anyway.
10 more minutes is all we asked.
Anyway.
So
I'm gonna ban you from comments for like 5 minutes. You're not. We're temporary ban. Shut up. Just 5 minutes. Just stop talking.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Anyway, we get back to their group.
And
we get back to their group.
And David tells them, he brings in a deer. The whole town pretty much gives him the look like, okay, you found this deer, but we know the rest. David tells them, yes, we did find. What is the guy's name? The person who died. What was his name? Because it's bothering me now.
Was it
Please,
Alex?
Mongo.
I thought it was Alex. I'll look it up.
Right. Please, Mongo, because it's bothering me now. We found his killers. Yes, we'll go out in the morning and they're not far. We'll send out a search party for them.
Alec,
And
Alec,
Alec. Okay.
Alec.
We found Alec's killers and we'll send out a search party for them and we'll bring them to justice. The little girl that was crying says, kill them. Why don't you just kill her? David walks over to her. Pow!
Just bam. That also applies to what David was doing. That's actually
right.
It's a very
it's a very both. He definitely hit her. He definitely hit her with the Charlie Murphy.
What do the 5 fingers say to the face?
Unity. He definitely hit her with the unity. And then looked at her like, I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. After he slapped her.
Then he sat down with her to eat.
Right. Not only did he sit down with her to eat, it was very noticeable. I don't know if anybody else paid attention to this. Everyone else had tiny portions on their bowl. Tiny portions, including James, taking tiny bites. Okay. And David had a plate.
A feast.
A plate full.
And like Kenny said, if you didn't catch it earlier, then you're thinking, okay, so David's like taking it all for himself or something. He seems very selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what's happening, that's still true, but it just shows you more of who David really is.
Right. So the next morning comes. Ellie steps out. Ellie's feeding the horse that is still stashed in the back. Some ice for water, and Ellie has become a very good tracker thanks to Joe because she picked up on the signs. Most people wouldn't notice this. A group of birds just got up and flew away making noise, which can only mean that something in that area is causing a disturbance. She sees that, runs over and sees David and the crew with their guns coming for her, searching. Ellie runs downstairs to Joel, tells Joel, wake up, Joel, wake up. Mind you, she's been shooting Joel up with these medications in his wound for like a good day and a half now. Like a good full day, just shooting him up. Now, I'm gonna make this is your cry list, punk ass. This is your cry
list. Kenny's cry list is we make him watch movies. My cry list is Kenny's there with a needle. Like, you're gonna fucking cry. You're gonna cry.
You're right. You're gonna really cry.
My cry list is Kenny's gonna give me a fucking tattoo. That's my cry list. He has to do it himself.
Right.
Oh God.
Damn sure. And you know what? I might watch all the seasons of Ink Master. I've been rewatching all the seasons of Ink Master. So you know what? I know what a blown out line looks like and all of that. I got you.
Come on, man. Come on.
So we got Ellie. Ellie's shaking Joel. Joel, wake up. Wake up. There's some guys coming and they're gonna hurt us. I'm gonna try to lead them away from here. But if anybody comes down here, her exact words is, you fucking kill them, Joel.
Kill them, Joel.
Do you hear me, Joe? You fucking kill them. And she gives him her switchblade, her knife, and puts it on her chest. Puts it on his chest. Ellie gets on the horse, leads him away, starts to lead them. First, she gets on the horse, starts shooting at them. David tells the group, I want her alive. So they start chasing after Ellie. They want her alive. James then cut through the back way, cut through this way, then found a spot where he can pretty much cut Ellie off at the pass. And Boom. James takes a shot, kills the entire horse. Boom. Horse goes down like a ton of bricks. So which means Ellie goes flying.
And she did. Holy shit.
She flew about a good 10 feet and then slid for an extra 5 after that.
I'm surprised she didn't break her neck on that leap.
Well, she was unconscious for a very long time.
Mongo, we know why. That big ass forehead. That's
right. looking like a perfect C. Big ass fucking perfect C forehead, yo. That's what the hell she got.
Big chrome dome. That's why she didn't break her damn neck. Forehead took the brunt of it.
Her forehead and chin. That's what it was. Her forehead and chin. She out here looking like the Crimson Chin. And Mongo, you know what she looks like? Do you remember that? I know you've seen it because you're a movie television buff type person. Back in the day, McDonald's used to run commercials where they
Mac
had
at night. Mac at night.
Yes. I think I put Mongo out for the count with that boy.
We told Miss Booty Daddy to wait till noon, and we couldn't even wait till damn noon.
You did not just hold on. You know what? I'm gonna get it. For those of you that don't know, I'm gonna get an image up. Y'all keep on talking. No, y'all keep on talking. Y'all keep going because I'm gonna do this.
So,
oh my god,
James is standing over Ellie, and the rest of the guys come over, and he has the gun cocked because he's ready to kill her. Okay, David shows up and is like, "I said alive. Now go find the guy." David picks up Ellie. He sends 2 of them to go find. No, he sends 4, if I'm not mistaken. He sends 4 of them to go find. No, I was right. 2. He sends 2 of them to go find. No, 4. 3. I'm sorry, 3. I'm sitting here because I want to remember because there's some killings that go on. Sends 3. He sends 3 to go find Joel. And he tells the other ones that are with him, drag the horse, let's go back to town. See, I knew it. It was 3 because I told you I wanted to remember the killings because the killings was important. First dude goes down.
That's a fucking understatement. Yeah.
First dude goes down to the spot where Joel is. What you call it? Excuse me. For a sec.
Yeah. All right. So. Jesus Christ. All right. So. Sorry. Where were we at, Mike? What were we talking about? I was
pretty much. David sends 3 to go after Joe. And like Kenny alluded to, we're going to have some killings going on now. And now the pursuit of Joe is happening. And at this point, they're getting to where Joe and Ellie is residing. And all of a sudden, we notice that Joe is starting to gather himself.
Yes.
Because, like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Deceased. So.
Oh fuck.
So then Joel, we got dude comes down. He finds the staircase that Joel was. What you call it? He finds the staircase where Joel was at. Right. Yo. He finds finds the staircase. So he's going down and he sees the bed that Joel was laying on. But guess what?
Shit.
Everybody got this. I guess Kenny has involved. Yeah. Welcome to what it's like hanging out and hearing shit come out of Kenny's mouth on a regular basis, folks. The reactions that y'all had, the hey yo, this is shit that I do on a regular. Ask these guys.
This is a regular. It's like a by a minute basis. This is
Yeah.
being in like 9 group chats with Kenny. Like, you're gonna see strange.
I say the most randomest shit ever, and it usually. So
we're going to hell. We're going.
We really are. Hey, it's 12:02. We can get on the bus now. It's 12:02.
Fair enough.
Let the fun and games begin, folks, and it will now.
This guy goes down the stairs.
He goes down the stairs. He sees Joe, and it's the bed is empty. So the bed is empty, and he's looking around, and out of the damn shadow, Joel hops out and stabs this man in the neck. Now, he didn't even hit him with 2. He hit him with one left it in, and just
kind of like, yeah.
And then had his he hit him with the Nyla. Hit him with the Nyla Rose. Surprise, bitch! Surprise, motherfuckers!
Now that's a sound clip I gotta have on here. I need to get that.
So he hits him with that, covers his mouth too, so that way he can get into the larynx to make sure he can't scream anymore. And it's just my man is just bleeding the fuck out, just bleeding out.
Joel's staring this dude in the eyes too.
As he's dying, just listen.
You know what Joel was saying.
Bend over, let me see what's in your back door. Grab your nuts from the back. It's time for tug of war.
Tug of war.
Yep.
Said, don't scream, Tito, brother.
Listen, Joe hit him with the "Don't look at me, little rabbit." Down he goes. So now, play it again for her, Mongo.
I don't.
Play it again for her. One good time.
Okay. Fine.
Bend over, let me see what's in your back door. Grab your nuts from the back. It's time for tug of war.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's from
that
if you're wondering, that's from Djibouti Dub.
You started this.
That's
you started this.
That's from I'm gonna link the video in the comments. That's from Djibouti Dubs.
So Joe, the other 2 dudes come down, are now looking for Joel, and one of them is calling out. That's terrible. That's terrible on every level. That's terrible on every level. One of the dudes is coming around. He's calling for his boy, Tommy. And he sees him unconscious. And when he goes to look back, boom! Joe knocks him out with the butt of the gun. Now, we cut to my man waking up. Okay. We cut to my man waking up to see his boy is tied up. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Let's get to it. We got to get to another point before we see Joe with the 2 guys. Ellie, Mac and Knight, is waking up from her long fall. Okay, Mac and Knight is waking up from her long fall, and she's in a cage. Okay. And when she wakes up, she sees David. Now, you asked why I wasn't allowed in the bunker. Here we go. He's talking to Ellie, and he's trying to convince her. And we see not only is he trying to convince her to join them, it's like he's putting the moves on her. Okay. And during that process of her putting the moves on her, Ellie looks at the floor and sees a goddamn ear. That's when 2 and 2 was put together, and Ellie realizes that they're fucking eating people.
And she
Now-
reacts the way everybody would, I think,
Mostly.
except for Kenny. Feel
Now,
free to explain
you were-
yourself. Feel free to explain yourself.
We were asked in this situation, would you be up to eating people? It's an apocalypse and there's absolutely nothing around. Like I told y'all a few minutes ago, Mongo is 6'3", almost 300 pounds. That's a steak. Okay. That's a porterhouse. That's a tomahawk right there. Okay. First of all, we're going to stop with the Kenneth. That's number one. Number two, would I eat a person? Ask my wife. Yeah. Okay. Okay. If there's absolutely nothing around, right. Just lie to you. That's what I'm talking about. No, Kenneth is correct. Kenneth is 100% correct. But the only people that do that, call me that, is my mama when I'm in trouble and law enforcement. And I don't want neither one of them calling me. Those are the only people that call me Kenneth. My mama and law enforcement. And either way, I'm in trouble for both. So that's why I don't like the Kenneth so much. But right. That's when you realize that the lie happened, that they did not bury Alec. They ate his ass. Now, I'm not allowed in. Yeah.
I don't like that you're getting support. This thing.
Bro, listen. If there's absolutely nothing,
we asked you that. Our group chat, we talked about it, and we're in the South. We got bunkers down here. You know, every other person has a bunker. You ain't coming in, and if you're eating somebody, you ain't allowed in. I'm sorry.
listen.
I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Them's the rules.
Okay. Listen, don't forget, I broke into a privately closed Facebook group. You don't think I'm getting into that bunker?
Yeah.
Still don't know how the hell you did.
Yeah.
Those spring, there's no way. Well, people used to like keep stuff like back in like olden times. They like put salt
Yeah,
all
you
over
can-
it to make sure it would
You can
stay
put
for, like,
salt on
months.
it, and yeah, you can once you put salt on it, it pretty much curates it, and you can hold it for a while. That's pretty much how jerky is made. Anyway, you just
I'm
salting
not
it and drying it out.
I wouldn't be a chicken sandwich, brother. I would be like a big ass like pot roast.
Oh no, listen,
I'd be a
Mongo,
stew.
Mongo alone is lasting me a month.
Mhm.
Okay, Mongo alone is lasting me a month because I'm having Mongo chops, Mongo ribs, Mongo Mongo shoulder, Mongo porterhouse steak, thigh of Mongo, back of Mongo, chest of Mongo. Okay. And I hate that. I'm gonna let you know right now. I did jump a little because that scream was like a Bluetooth effect in my ear, so I thought it was somebody from behind me. That's why I looked real quick. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Good. I'm glad it scared you. I'm glad it scared you. Fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, for sure. Mongo pernil. Mongo is. I'm making Mongo pork rinds. I'm making Mongo pork rinds. Ha ha. Check this out. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna be the first to die in exile during the apocalypse. Because during this same during episode 9. Yeah, listen. Yo, listen. I can cook. I can cook my ass off. These guys have seen some of my works. Y'all seen at Mongo. How many times have you looked at some of the steaks that I've made and been like, damn, that shit looks amazing?
Kenny,
answer that question first.
I'm not saying you can't cook.
Okay.
That's not the issue here. I'm not saying we all can cook. All of us, we all know how to cook a pretty good bit. What I'm saying is,
Tito, my guy, you live down the block. You are the first Dorito chip I'm coming for. What the fuck do you think?
All right. We got it. We need.
You live walking distance, my guy. It's a dub for you. You're what's going to keep me going till I get the Mongo. Okay. So, you're going to keep me going until I get the Mongo. All right? You're going to be my supply until I get the Mongo, brother. So
I don't like any of this at all. Let's just.
And if I decide to take a detour through Ohio, Mike can either get with me or he can be with me. Either way, Mike is coming on the journey too. So
we're just gonna move on. All right. So David is talking to I hate you so much. David's talking to Ellie about trying to look, that part of your life is over.
He's pretty much telling her that Joel is dead.
Joel's got to die. It's time for you to, you're either with us or you're good. He's pulling a Kenny. We could do Hannibal. And then he puts his hand on the bar. Ellie walks up, puts her hand on the bar, and then he puts his hand over her hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, we could.
And it's like caressing her, right? You could tell he's coercing this young lady and pretty much trying to Robert Kelly her. That's what he's doing.
Instant regret.
I'm about to call you Lowry's seasonings. That's what I'm about to call you. Seasoning salt. Your new nickname is Paprika, Mongo. Yeah.
So Ellie breaks this dude's finger.
Snaps it, and your man rams her head into that goddamn cage. Just straight. And she goes, at first she said, why are you telling me all this? Before she does that. And he says, because I believe you're strong. I see you're not like the rest of them. You're not a sheep. You're a leader. Pretty much the same thing that Lieutenant Wong was saying to her in Fedra. Except Wong didn't have creepy pervert intentions behind it. But so it's clear that everyone sees this kind of leadership role in Ellie that she has yet to see in herself. Almost every kind of male figure that's around her sees this, but she has yet to see in herself. So he's telling her that, she's like, what are you going to do? Chop me up into tiny pieces? He was like, no, nothing like that. And then after she snaps his finger, He looks over her and says, what did you say? Tiny little pieces? Coming right up. Your man said, I got you. So now we cut. Right. He told her that there was a certain kind of darkness in her that he felt she would be able to understand the reasoning behind eating people.
Where did
Now,
the where he did the little John comparison. Now I'm gonna think of it just him going darkness. The
darkness.
darknesses.
Mhm. Darkness. So we now cut over to Joel and right. She did. She said, my name is Ellie because she refused to tell him.
Oh, she delivers all right.
Mm-hmm. We now see Joel, who has these hostages. He has one tied up to a chair with what, folks? Duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
What's that duct tape? Find your duct tape in life and use it.
Find your duct tape in life and use it, baby.
Okay. And he has the other one tied up to the heater with what? Duct tape. He walks over to the one tied up to the recliner and he says, you're gonna tell me, he says, where is she? I don't know who you're talking about. Joe says, okay. He says, if you don't tell me where she's at, if you don't tell me where we are and where she's at, I'm gonna pop your kneecap out. The guy's like, fuck you. Joe takes that goddamn knife and sticks that shit dead in his meniscus. Dead in his goddamn kneecap.
If you've had
I'm not going any kind of knee injury.
I felt that. I was like, oh.
With every inch of my body, I felt that. Every inch of my body, I felt that.
If you've ever had like dislocated knees, you're like, okay, all right, okay.
You ain't never lied. Joe stabbed this man in his tendons in his knee,
and he's got the knife, and he's like, I can
digging,
and he's just like,
and the guy is screaming, okay. He tells them where the town is. He lets them know. He lets Joel know. He tells them the town, Sarasota Springs. So Joel is looking. Right.
Inside the header section. Tell some anime to watch. What's your guys' duct tape? My duct tape is beer, probably. My duct tape is beer.
My duct tape. When you know what? My duct tape is everything on this hand. This and this. My duct tape.
How fucking adorable. How adorable. That's cute.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If it wasn't for my wife, I'd be out here fucking beating people up and robbing them. Let's be realistic. I got issues. My wife calms me the fuck down. Okay. So he tells Joel it's not a real town, it's a resort. He says, so we'll point to me where this resort is at. And if his answer don't match yours, I'm gonna kill you.
And we've seen him do that threat before.
Right. He did it to the old folks. Mm-hmm. He actually did it to the old folks. And the guy, after Joel's digging in his fucking knee, the guy shows Joel exactly where to go and everything. Joel takes the goddamn knife out his knee. Right in his chest. Just like going through the rib cage, hit shit, stirring it up like some stew. And then leaves the fucking knife there. Doesn't even pull it out. Just leaves it. The other dude that's tied up to the radiator is screaming, what the fuck? He told you the truth. Joel looks over at him and said, no, not yet. Joel He said, "Fuck you. I'm not telling you shit." Joel says exactly what she said. That's okay. I believe him. Twink. Lead pipe to the forehead.
Guys screaming, no, 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 no.
Done.
Yeah. Do you remember
So now my
when we
man
first started
Joel got
watching this?
3.
Do you remember when we first started watching this, and I was like, man, I don't know if they're gonna have the balls to
To
make
show how
Joel
ruthless.
as ruthless as he is in the game. And
Shut up.
I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'll admit when
Shut
I'm
up.
wrong.
Mhm.
I'll
Shut
admit when I'm wrong.
Mhm.
This is most
They got
boy.
you. They got you.
Cold blooded.
Joel has now found the town and is now going through the town looking for Ellie. Joel comes across the mess hall, the large cabin, and he sees the dead horse because he sees a blood trail where they drag the blood in. So he sees the dead horse and he looks around the corner and sees about 6 bodies frozen, headless. Look like they had some rations.
Mhm.
Look like
How
they had
many
some
people?
rations after
How
all.
many people have gone missing in this? You know, it makes you wonder.
Right.
How many times have they been
So
like, yeah, he went out with a hunting crew and you know something happened, he didn't make it back. Like how
that
many times was
or
that said there? Or they're finding random people that are coming across them, one or the other. And meat freezer was crazy. Yeah, it was. It was.
it was all right.
And then we cut to them about to chop
Chop
up
up
Ellie.
Ellie. We cut to them about to
David and
chop up Ellie. David
what's
and
his name?
James are about to chop James. David and James are about to chop up Ellie. And she's fighting and she tells him, wait, I'm infected. David has a big ass meat cleaver in his hand because he's legit about to chop her ass the hell up.
I know you are. We know you are. I'm kidding. Everyone's past this. No, hell no. Oh fuck.
No.
Yeah.
Bar rescue wasn't helping that shit. So she screams, I'm infected. He puts chops the cleaver down directly next to her face, pulls up her sleeve, and sees the scar. James goes, David, what the fuck? He goes, this can't be real. It looks pretty fucking real to me. And as he's saying that, Ellie takes that goddamn cleaver. Hakatoishis.
Catches James right in the dank. Gets him.
Catches, damn near chops his whole head off in one goddamn swoop. Right. You raggedy bitch. You raggedy. That's another sound bit we need on here. You
raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch.
So hits James in the throat with the goddamn cleaver. Damn near beheads him. James is done. Bled out. 2 seconds.
Ellie just killed the old Joel. Damn.
Right. She gets up, runs through the bar, and takes a piece of firewood from the wood burning stove that's there. And David is now coming in behind her.
I just remembered real quick. I just remembered why I was thinking of Nolan North. Nolan North voices David in the game. I was thinking of. So.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. I was trying to figure out what that was about, but yeah, go ahead.
David is now chasing Ellie through the bar, and she throws the wood, and it winds up catching fire with the curtains. Now, this place is going up in flames, folks. Like flames. Not a little bit just on the window. The entire place is. You see a ghost back there, Mongo? You all right?
I was looking at my screen and seeing what was behind me, and I was like, "Is that a fucking I remember that was Jason. I had a little Jason thing right there. I was like, what the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
Under Lily back there. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah,
And you know what it is? It's a fucking little niglet from what you call it?
I
Tales from the Hood.
I'm not.
Ah,
I'm
One of them little nigglets.
I'm
That's
not
what it
gonna.
was.
I no.
Mark said, I ain't saying it.
Nope. Absolutely not.
So
Nope.
exactly. Only Mongo. So David pretty much look, she's waiting to go off on you. He ain't gonna do
I ain't gonna say it.
it. So David has now found Ellie. Look, little Jason. Yeah, that's what you think. That's exactly what was going on. That shit was burning like how Randy Orton burned down Bray Wyatt's cabin. That's how that shit was burning. Okay.
yeah.
Right. And in the middle of that shit, we got David beating up Ellie and about to rape her.
In the middle of a
This-
burning building.
In the middle of a burning
Burning building.
He
And
says,
as she's fighting,
I'm not gonna die, Ellie. I'm not gonna die, and neither are
and
you.
neither are you.
Neither
I
are you.
decided you need a father, and I'm gonna show
Mhm.
you.
I'm gonna
And
Show you what a father is.
And then his nasty ass says to her, "Oh, you didn't know the fight was the part I enjoy the most."
Mm-hmm. You're a fucking sicko.
Fucking
Fucking
disgusting ass psycho ass.
psychopath.
Now
I
I'll
love
eat a
how like
motherfucker. That's it.
I was about to say I love how like everybody like is like, eat somebody in the apocalypse, maybe. But this is a line that no matter what's happening, you're like,
Absolutely
nope,
fucking not, yo.
No.
nope.
Absolutely fucking not, yo. This
Which has to
sick
mean
bastard.
which has to mean he's right before. Yeah, absolutely. He definitely
Yes.
has.
He definitely
Oh,
has.
that little
I
girl.
like-
I'm
I-
pretty sure. That little
Oh,
girl
oh,
that he slapped. I'm pretty sure of
Mm.
it. I'm pretty sure of it.
shit, maybe some of the people that they've been eating.
Exactly. I was thinking the same
know.
thing. Mm-hmm. Raping and
Sure.
slaughter them. Yeah.
So as he's on top of her trying to this heinous act, Ellie manages to get the cleaver and chops his ass up.
Yeah, we don't. He starts screaming, no, and Ellie is just bam, one shot. He got to the point where he was just gurgling noises before.
Right.
That's why I don't trust religious.
Wow.
I mean, you know,
There's
you
reasons.
can, they're, be religious and not go to a church. I get it. Girl, tell her, she's still how. Yeah.
Oh, that was a very good point that we made.
So yeah, Ellie chops his ass up and then breaks out of the burning building.
And
as
as
she's
she's
looking
breaking out of the
around,
burning building,
just trying to, you can see her.
Papa Joe,
she's like
dazed
just
and
not realizing what she's
confused.
done. Yeah,
Right.
it's like it's all finally it's hitting her like what she's doing, and all the trauma's hitting her. The sound, it's like that sound's going away. You kind of hear that, like,
Yeah.
It's, and then Bella Ramsey has knocked it out of the park.
That's right.
She is.
Mac and Knight has done her shit.
God.
Oh, Moonface.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it did it justice. There are parts in this where I'm like, I think the game did it better, but I do think here a lot of this just translates so much better as a show.
I haven't played the game, but
so much
I've
better
enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed the
Yeah.
show, so I'm pretty sure I would enjoy the game. So,
And I'm gonna mention something when we get done with at the very end, but I've loved the things that they've changed. That's the stuff that I've enjoyed the most. The things that I didn't know was coming is stuff that I've loved the most.
Ellie has ran outside the house, and who finds her? Joel finds her. She screams, "Get off me! Get off me! Get off me!" And he looks at her and he says, "It's me, baby girl. I got you." He calls her baby girl. At
Oh, that
that
was so
moment,
good.
Religious people, individuals are fine. The whole cult, hell no. Add to the apocalypse. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I get it. Yeah, I got you
yeah.
with that. I got you with that.
It's me, baby girl. I cried. Look, I think
Yeah,
everybody shed a few tears.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
we're all like, oh shit.
Oh, there we go. He did it. He did it. He finally did it.
And
Right.
you know and then you know he loves her. Yeah, like yeah.
mhm,
Every episode has a moment where you're like, oh shit, and then oh shit, oh god.
mhm.
You know, like you get a lot of react. Dad of the year between the last episode of the Mandalorian. Someone did a Photoshop of like him driving Ellie and Grogu, and it's like Pedro Pascal with his two adopted kids.
Mhm.
And the oh, I got weird nicknames for my kids. My kids each have their own weird nickname. And trust me, they don't want me to let them know. Let you people know. So he finds her, he calls her baby girl, and end scene. End episode 8. Episode 8, action nonstop. Action and yeah. So that's
Yeah,
he should
yeah,
too.
yeah, pretty much. If he had an adopted kid in Game of Thrones, maybe he would have lived. Anyway,
Instead of getting killed by a goddamn zombie.
that's how he survived in this show because he already dealt with zombies there. But yeah,
Mhm.
episode 8, banger of an episode. 10 out of 10 for me. I loved it. It was from start to finish. It was just like tensions were high the entire time.
Mhm.
It was God. It was just tense. It was I was on the edge of my seat
Yeah.
when David was talking to his group. I was just waiting on shit because again, I know what's happening, and I'm just waiting for like the fucking shoe to drop.
Uh,
And it does a great. This show does a great thing where it brings in people that have played the game and just makes you wait on shit. Just drags it out, and you just know something's coming. And I love it. And I'm sure from y'all's point of view, going in blind has to be a hell of a ride.
yeah, it definitely is.
Ooh, yeah.
It's what you call it. It's an emotional roller coaster. I'm just like I said, my thing that I had an issue with was the how they got us emotionally invested with certain characters for them to be done immediately.
Have y'all seen The Mist?
No.
The Mist is one of the very few Stephen King adaptations that's great. Like a lot of Stephen King movie adaptations, like the ending just like doesn't work. Like he has a hard time doing ending. And then the Mist is like a great thing about isolation inside of a like a grocery store. This mist covers a town. There are monsters outside. You got to try to survive. And that movie has one of the most fucked up endings I've ever seen. You got to watch it. We're adding that to your list. We're adding that to your list. We're absolutely adding it to your list.
Am I crying or just good movie?
Yes.
Fuck.
I don't know if you're gonna cry, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's honestly, it's one of my favorite movies. I love it.
All right.
Yeah. Ooh, The Mist is a good one. Kenny watched The Mist. Tito, listen, I love the show. Never played the game myself. Haven't had a complaint so far in any of the episodes. The only thing I've seen, and we're about to get an episode now. The only thing I've seen from people that have played it is that, like I said, I enjoy the stuff that's new more because I just don't see coming. But everything has just been. I haven't had any issues really. Like I told you, I have one problem, which was are they going to make Joel as cold as he is in the game? And they did. They did.
Yeah, it is. It's making me want to play the game. I just need my rest. I don't know if I can do it to myself.
Let me
I just
put.
need my rest.
So episode 9 starts with another part. where you get
Episode
to see-
9. Episode
Yeah, we
9
can
is the season finale, folks.
9 episodes.
9
episodes.
episodes.
Weird.
That's so weird.
We could have got like
So
12,
weird.
15 out of this, but you know. So it starts off. It's another one where you get like a different, like a flashback in the beginning. And that's something that I kind of wish. I kind of wish, in the first few episodes we got the flashbacks to how the shit started. I kind of wish we saw more of those throughout the season. So I get
Yeah,
why they didn't
that
do
is
more,
something.
but like I kind of wanted to see like how does this affect other countries. I kind of want.
That was something that we really did enjoy. Like the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
We
especially the
enjoyed
one. God, what country was it?
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Jesus, that was like my
When
favorite.
she said bomb.
That's my favorite 10-15 minutes of a TV show. Just it was the way that lady was just crying. It's like bomb. We're gonna have to bomb it.
Mhm.
Okay, episodes finale felt a bit rushed to me. Yeah, and we're gonna get into it. It was quick because they had. I guess they were just like, we're just gonna do 9. Like, all right, well, I guess 9 it is.
Mhm.
Bomb. Attacking my emotions and stuff for giving Nick Offerman. Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that was the best episode.
Fucking
I think.
Yes, it was.
Fucking assholes. I hate them.
Good Lord.
I hate them.
But
Can't never look at a strawberry again without shedding a tear.
the fucking strawberry.
Fucking
So yeah, episode 9
strawberries.
starts off with a pregnant woman running into an abandoned house. And
hold on, I'm gonna say something. The pregnant woman, the minute I saw her face, literally the first thing out my mouth was Cindy Seaver. I'm old, so I remember Growing Pains. I'm like, that's the little girl from Growing Pains. I remember her. And then I'm looking and I'm like, wait a minute. She was also what you call it? The second Annie Potts and what you call it? Secretary in Avengers also. So that was the first thing that popped in my head the minute I see her. But yeah, Cindy Seaver.
Yeah,
from Growing Pains.
so that's Ashley Johnson. And she voiced Ellie in the game.
Yeah. Another cool part.
And I didn't realize it was her until the very end. I was like, wait a minute, the whole time I was like, that voice sounds really familiar. And I also I'm a nerd, so I like D&D shit. There's a show called Critical Role, where like voice actors play it, and they're on like their 3rd season, and she's a main person there. So I've heard her voice a lot, and it took me forever to be like, who is that?
And you know what? They picked a good person to be Ellie's mom because she got the Mac at Night going on too, bro. Like,
Don't make me. So yeah, she did a fantastic job, Ashley. So she runs in the house, and this is something. It was a little like Easter egg for people that played the second game. Here's the thing. Looks like this house you see in the second game. It looked like a house that Ellie stays in the second one. It's not. That's not what it is. But it was just a little like, hey, the second game. There you go. A little nod to you. Little bing bang. Which I appreciate.
Mongo, remember I told you while we were discussing episode 3 that I had already figured out the situation with Ellie.
Yeah,
because I spoke to my daughter and I made a joke about it, and my daughter, she's like, and I was like, oh, well, thanks.
You knew like, the ending. Because, like you said, we've seen this before.
Yeah. Right, like I've seen this before, and it just makes common sense to me.
So that's why like you can see the ending coming, but what the important part is the journey, which is why
right,
every episode has to be great. So it turns out this is Ellie's mother, and she gets into the house and she's trying to run from a clicker. Not a clicker, just one of the infected. I don't think it was a clicker, specifically, but she's trying to give birth, and this infected runs in, and she's trying to fight it off, and she ends up stabbing it. But she realizes after she's given birth, she gives birth during the fight.
Right.
She's just stabs, and then you hear the baby crying, and then she picks it up, and then she realizes, oh, she got infected.
Mhm.
When did she get
So
infected?
she immediately cuts the umbilical cord from the baby to try to make sure no more blood flow goes into her. But
And then we see, who do we see? We see
Marlene.
Marlene, fucking Marlene.
Damn
And the
Marlene.
Fireflies. Marlene shows up with the Fireflies, and Ellie's mom is saying, I got infected after I gave birth.
Right. She's like, she's
After.
not infected.
She's like, she was trying to like, it was after, you tell nobody. And
Right.
she hands the baby to her and says, you got to do it. You got to kill me. And Marlene walks off and says, I'm not going to kill you.
I can kill you.
And she hands the baby to one of her followers, and you just hear her mom just, Marlene, don't leave me like this.
It does. And Marlene hands the baby,
Marlene
grabs the gun, says,
in
cover her ears. Says, cover her ears. Which
the guy doesn't do. The guy doesn't do.
Fucking bastard.
Fuck that guy. Fuck him.
It's a newborn.
And he's just like, look at it. Yeah.
Wow.
She walks in and like you don't like she doesn't scream. Her mom, she just goes, bam, done. God, again, that I'm pretty sure that was the whole. That's a different. It's completely done for the show. I fucking love that shit because every time they've done that, it's just added to it. And they've already said the next game that they're going to adapt is going to be multiple seasons. So I'm hoping we're getting just a shit ton of that because every time they've done it, it's better. It's improved the story. I want a lot more stuff like that in the next season.
How many games is under the Last of Us title? Two
right now, but they're looking at doing a third, possibly.
Okay.
Neil Druckmann's announced they're doing another game. Their studio's doing another game. They have not said what it is yet, but everyone's like, it's Last of Us 3. It's Last of Us 3. Fast and Furious even knew that.
Right. Like, how could you not cover the baby's ear? Come on, bro.
The second one is like super controversial, which I can't talk about because it's going to spoil shit. But when we get to the end of this, I'll tell you all the things that they've changed, and we'll decide if it's good or bad. But that's the opening, and then we get to Joel and Ellie. You know, Ellie's still dealing with the processing what happened in the last episode. Joel's trying to talk to her, and she's like,
yeah.
Joel's like, hey, I got some Chef Boyardee. Yeah. He tries to crack a joke. She's just like she's.
And then he says, "You know what I'm in the mood for? I'm in the mood for a pun." That kind of
and
breaks her
also
up.
we mentioned it about the last episode. The seasons changed as well.
Yes.
We don't know when. We don't know what time it is or what. See, we don't know what month or year or whatever. But the seasons have changed.
Yeah,
that's definitely
a good. I do love. That's how we're telling time in this, for the most part. It wasn't that time. It wasn't time. Yeah. So yeah, she starts telling some puns, and Joe's like, "Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's one of the worst ones you've ever told me."
Right.
But it's finally breaking her out of her shell again. It's working.
Right. And then
that's him being that's the father in him. That's trying to help because like you said, that's his daughter now. His little girl.
That's his baby girl. And then we see something that is also going to keep Kenny alive.
This part was in the game. It was like one of people's favorite parts of it, and I'm glad they did it. Also, that shit was real, which I didn't know. I thought it was.
That was a real ass giraffe.
Yeah. So they're going into this building and trying to figure out where they are, and I was like, whoa.
That's another. Shit. Hold on. Somebody said something about Kenny gonna stay out the bunker. He ain't gonna get. Listen, between eating Tito finding giraffe meat, giraffe ass, and monkey meat. I'm gonna get the Mongo in that bunker.
Not monkeys. Not monkeys. Not monkeys. No, they're
No, here's
operating.
the thing. Here's the thing. What you call it? JT brought up in our other chat about how the monkeys would probably be diseased. He don't want to mess with anything. No, think about it. Those lab test animals that they run tests on, the diseased ones usually die out because they're trying to test drugs to keep it alive. So the only
Usually,
ones that
but the
so the
apocalypse
only
happened.
nah monkey meat and giraffe ass. I'm with it. You're gonna want some giraffe ass. That's what's gonna open up the bunker.
Maybe giraffe head. I don't know.
That's what's gonna open up the bunker.
Listen, I'm moving, says Tito.
No, you're not.
They broke my life for 20 years. Look, I'm just saying, I don't know if I trust it. So Ellie says, "Oh shit, look at that!" Like she's trying to lower a ladder for Joel, and then just drops it because she sees something amazing.
And it's a beautiful giraffe.
It's a giraffe, and they're feeding it leaves. And again, I thought it was a CG. I was like, "That's some good CG." No, that's a real giraffe. They brought a real giraffe in for this shit. Jeffrey from Toys R Us, real shit. So they're feeding it, and then it walks away. So she goes to go follow it,
and sees a whole family.
A whole family of giraffe. She almost ended Joel's. She almost did. That shit about hit him in the face.
Pretty much.
I thought it was
pretty much. That ladder backfired quick on his ass.
So you see a whole family of giraffes, and it's this nice little moment they're having together. And Joel says, "You know, we don't have to do this. We could just go back with Tommy and just live our lives. Just you and me. It will be okay." And Ellie just talks about how much she appreciates him, but
after all they've been through, she wants to help out.
We got to finish what we started, is what she says. We got to finish what we started. I saw that family said giraffe meals forever.
Uh-huh.
Kenny's opening up his own restaurant. So they get towards the hospital, and they get flashbanged. We see somebody sneak up on them and flashbang them.
Right.
And then they knock out Joel, and they take Ellie. Like, oh shit, the fuck.
Like, what the hell is it? I'm thinking to myself, damn, David people done caught up on him. I thought at first it was the people from the town that they just left with David and them. Because, like, how nobody in that town came to chase after them or nothing like that. After they burnt down a whole ass building, killed their leader and the second in charge. Nobody.
Joe might have just killed the rest of the town. You don't know. You know, they just didn't. You know.
Yeah. She definitely
he's popping kneecaps, man. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Ellie does say this. She said it can't be for nothing. She wants to pretty much finish with this, what she started with this. She wants to, you can tell she wants to help, and that was proven by her wanting to cure Sam.
Yeah, well, she tried. That was God, hammer Sam. Jesus. Joel took out the rest of the main three guys hunting him. Yeah. So Joe wakes up in a hospital bed, and who's there?
Fucking Marlene.
Marlene and the Fireflies. Marlene's here. So shit. Maybe Marlene could have brought her here this whole time.
The first time I saw Marlene in the first episode, I thought to myself, she looks like a sexy older Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, like a sexy older Rosario Dawson.
Oh yeah.
Grunge fight looking mama. That's what I first thought when I first seen Marlene. After this episode, man, fuck her.
Yeah.
I figured it was gonna come down to Ellie's life or a cure. Yeah.
I didn't.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. So
like you said, Mongo, if Marlene is there, why didn't she take Ellie herself this whole fucking time? Maybe the chick with one fucking ear was right, that they could take her.
And the idea, I guess, is that we're about to get into firefights with Fezra. Maybe she won't survive. Maybe, but like, you're still putting Tess and Joel and this young girl into the wilderness of this apocalypse where there are fucking zombies and shit everywhere.
With no resources, bro.
I'd have just stayed
Like,
with
they
her.
didn't give them any extra guns. They didn't give them any food or nothing.
And again, remember what the goal was, why Joel was doing this originally. Joel and Tess were trying to get that battery. They were trying to get the gun. They were trying to get some guns. And in the game, again, I told you before, in the game, they had gotten guns that Joel and Tess were supposed to get. And they promised them, hey, if you take Ellie here, you will get your guns. And in the show, we get to the spot they're supposed to be at, and everyone's dead. The guns and shit were there. The weapons and stuff were there, but they had to run, because Tess pulled out that grenade, threw them everywhere, and then all the weapons were there. So all that shit's just gone. None of that, they weren't able to even deal with it. It's a real
fuckery.
It's a shitty situation for Joel. Gave him nothing, not even an IOU.
Nothing.
So he says, so where's Ellie? And she says, I'm prepping her for surgery.
And he looks at her like, fuck you mean surgery?
Well, can I see her? No, Joel, you can't see her. Then she explains the cordyceps that was in Ellie, the doctor believes could be a cure. We could turn it into a cure because it stayed with her from the moment she was born. And I can't remember exactly what the explanation was.
And Joel looks at her and
Joel's
says,
like, but wait, cordyceps
grow in the brain.
In the brain. And she says, yeah, they do. And Joel realizes
they're going to kill her. They're giving her brain surgery. They're going to take out her brain and dissect her brain.
Like part of the show, they take Joel because Ellie dead ass drowned in the game more unnecessary. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
She drowned.
No, well, let's see if I can find what happened. Let's see if I can pull up a little video clip. Y'all keep going.
So she tells him that he can't see her, and she gives him information. He's like, where's my stuff? Go get it after we lead you out of here. Thank you for everything you've done. Joel, if you try to turn back, these men will kill you. Walk him out of town, and that's it. She's like, go back to Tommy. We got this from here. And Joel's looking around at her like, are you serious? Like, are you fucking serious? After all I've been through, this is how you... Okay.
All right, I found it. So here is what we see. Where's the dad of the year? Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to cross to get to the next phase, and they have to cross water. Cross the waterway. Ellie doesn't make it. So Joel has to go save her.
Oh, okay. That's part of the game. You going to save Ellie and getting her ass out of there before she dies.
Then, so he's trying to pull her out.
That is Pedro.
They did great casting. They really did. They did. It's and then right, trying to save her. And then bam, that's where we're caught. So yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's a little bit extra stress that we didn't have to have, but that again, in a game you got to add a lot of extra shit. Where in a TV show you don't need as much.
Right.
So they cut out things that weren't necessary for a show, especially if you're doing 9 episodes.
So then you have. So now these 3 guards are walking Joel down the stairs. 2 guards are walking Joel down the stairs, guns pointed at him, And Joel hits him with the, I don't have time for this shit. And goes into commando mode. Goes into Arnold Schwarzenegger commando. Give me my daughter Alyssa Milano back. I'm taking Radon Chong with me.
This here is what people that have played this thing have been waiting for its entire season. It's very tense because
I can see this being first person. I can see this being the first person part of the game. Yeah.
If this works, then this is a legit cure, and the apocalypse is over. What I mean, is you could save the world? Maybe you could save the world, but that shit's still out there. Or do you save your daughter? What do you do?
I'm saving my daughter.
And I asked y'all what y'all thought about that, and every single one of y'all were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna save Ellie."
I'm saving my daughter. At this point, I'll wait till my daughter's old enough to make her own decision if she wants to do that. But nah, I'm saving my daughter. How you gonna tell me my daughter wanted this if her ass was unconscious?
Yeah, that's would Ellie have accepted that as a fate? Maybe
we don't know. She was unconscious.
We don't know, and that's the thing is, you really don't know. Maybe she would have. I think she probably would have if she was given the situation. Because she tried to save Sam, and her whole thing is she wants to save people. Maybe she would. But the fact that she didn't get the option to choose makes it.
Fuck you. Give me my daughter.
So I don't.
That's what it makes you.
I was surprised by how our group, everyone was like, "Yeah, fuck it, saving Ellie." I thought there'd be more people that would just.
Nah, I'm not saving mankind. Fuck you, fuck mankind.
Fuck, mankind's already done. Like I said,
right.
on Twitter, Joel was right, and I agree with his decision. Okay, listen, anyway, so like you were saying,
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm a black man in this world. Mankind ain't been too kind to my kind. Give me my goddamn kid. How about that one?
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Give me my goddamn kid. How about that one?
And then I don't like people all like that, so hell no. This is my daughter. This is my damn daughter. Rest of y'all better learn how to.
Yeah, that's a big point right there. That's a big point right there. Ellie thinks it's in her blood, not her brain.
But I think she would be. Yeah. I think she would be okay with the sacrifice.
I don't know.
I think she would, but that's not the point. The point is Joel okay with it? And clearly Joel
was not.
Joel's not giving up a second daughter.
Nope.
I would have waited until she was older or think about it. Wait until her brain fully develops and screw me. Homophobia and sexism. That's like,
right.
That's fair.
That's fair. Kiss my ass.
I mean, fair enough. I was kind of shocked that like
none of us
no hesitation on that. No hesitation.
This how I feel about mankind. You better find your duct tape and use it.
Pretty much.
Look, mankind's been dead since he got thrown off the cell back in like 1997. So it's been a whole.
Look, everybody on the same boat. Man, fuck mankind, yo. Let's get my kid.
So Joel goes on a rampage, commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Rambo, Sylvester Stallone.
Ooh, first off, I love how precise Joel's shooting is. It's something about
would you sacrifice a friend instead?
No.
Is it a guarantee that we're like saving the world?
No.
Because that's the thing is Joel doesn't know if this is going to work. No one knows if this isn't a guarantee. It's a possibility.
Here's the thing.
I don't know. Unless if it's a guarantee.
I'm not sacrificing a friend. I'm letting if you're considered my friend, you're of age. You can make this decision yourself. Oh, listen, I'll happily go into the woods for you to pick your daughter over me. But just know I got my own kids. So we're gonna be two fighting dads.
I get the kid thing, but like if it's a friend we like you said, like an adult kind of understand situation.
Yeah,
Like
I'm gonna let that adult make that decision on their own.
Like if it was me and like Greg has a thing in his brain, I'm like, all right, fuck it, but let's do it. But like I said, I'm an adult. I can make that decision. So yeah, I get that. That's fair.
If one of my friends comes to me and says, "Dog, I found out I'm the actual cure. They want to come get me. Please hide me." First of all, if you're my friend, a friend is someone I consider being very close. You're not an associate. You're not a co-worker. You're not someone I just speak to. A friend is damn near family to a certain extent. And if
when
your
you're an
family
adult, a friend is not
family,
yeah,
pretty much.
A friend isn't someone like, oh yeah, I see this person every now and then. We're friends. Like no, a friend is close.
Family, right? You're
Yeah.
close. If you come to me and tell me, listen, they found out I'm the cure, I don't want to do this. They're coming to kill me. They looking for me. Oh, nigga, let's ride. We out. We going to Mexico.
Exactly.
We going someplace. We out, baby. They ain't getting you. You told me no. That's it. That's all I wanted to hear.
I was just about to say, in the friend's position, ain't no decision to be made. Mankind can kiss my ass.
Right. Yo, like you tell me, yo, I'm not with this. I'm not riding with this. They want me to die. I'm not ready to die. Say no more. Say less, my man. Let's go. We out.
I'm not killing myself for mankind. Hell no. You ain't taking my brain. I will be selfish in that case. I ain't trying to save humanity.
Right. A friend is somebody who's an adult who can make their own thing. Mike Mongo come to me right now and say, yo, I'm the cure and they want to kill me so they can get the cure. I don't want to do this. Oh, say no more. Come on. Come here. I got you. You ain't gotta worry about that. We good.
But they're playing, and this is an interesting thing. They're playing this music over Joel's rampage. That's like this intense. It's kind of like a fucking horror movie, where like, this, like the killer is just like going on a rampage, and they're trying to push the idea of like this isn't
normal Joel.
Like, this is
Gone.
like a different thing. Yeah, Joel. This is like a very brutal thing. You're not supposed to fully cheer on Joel here, but the problem is everybody is
because everyone is like dad going for his daughter. That's all we see.
That's the thing is like you're supposed to be like, oh, this is kind of it's not a black and white thing. No, fuck it.
It's black and white.
Joel.
It's black and white. Papa Joel all day. Joel, and like I said, I loved how precise the precision shooting brought up a factor that you mentioned earlier in the show, Mongo, about how Joel's pretty much like a trained killer. He's had all of these years learning to perfect different ways of killing someone so he can survive. The fact that he was using this machine assault rifle, popping people with one bullet for precision so he doesn't waste ammunition because he knows ammunition is scarce, doesn't make a loud noise so he can cause more attention to himself, shows just how much of a killer he really is. That pop, 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 that's a lot quicker, silent, useless than have you have a whole bunch of people coming at you at that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of online discussion asking if Joel was in the wrong or not. Yeah, there was when the game first came out, and there is now. But apparently the consensus here is Joel was right.
We did.
Yeah, you're right. That's a very good point. Joel finally tells her why or what happened with that, because what episode was it? Episode 3, where she asked about the scar on his head. He said someone shot and missed, and then that he said I'm the one that shot and missed.
I'm shot.
It was me. Tried to kill himself, but he just couldn't do it. It's after his daughter died. He figured there was no hope. There's no reason to go
on. And that's when Ellie kind of realizes that he cares about her.
And I do wonder how that scene felt. Kenny, you're a father here. How'd that feel hearing him say that? Is that something you'd understand and kind of you like if you lost your kids? Because the idea
It's.
is like losing
I'm gonna
losing
be
a parent
honest
losing a
with
kid
you.
is one of the worst things you could
It
do.
really is. It really is. It really is. And I know someone who just recently has gone through that, and they're actually preparing for the funeral for next week for their child. And my deepest condolences go out to them and their family. Being as I have more than one child, yes, it would probably be a thought that came to my mind because I lost a child, but it's something I wouldn't have the courage to do because I have more than one child. I know I have to still try to be there for them. I know it'd be
Right.
selfish for me to take myself away because of one when I have several. In Joel's case, he only had that one. So I can completely understand why he would go that route. It was literally just him and her, nothing else. So I completely understand why he would go that route. Being as I had, like I said, I have more than one child. I it would. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it wouldn't be a thought because as a parent, yeah, it would be a thought. You live for your children, and to have to not and have one of your children not there, it's part you feel part of your life is gone. So I can understand why he would, but because I have more than one, I couldn't. If I had just one, I probably would.
All right. Okay. Um. Yeah. I mean, it's I've boys that I've gone through my struggle. Yeah. Yeah, brother. It's and I know people that have lost their kids, and it, from it's something I can't understand yet. Maybe I will one day, but I'm sure it's just looking at the situation. It seems like one of the worst things you could ever go through. Um, yeah. Also, yeah, Ellie does tell Joel
Her first
that
kill
she had
was Riley,
was Riley. I believe she said that
and
Riley
she,
turned. I think
yeah,
that they waited a few days out.
and she kind of gave Joel an insight on the fact of her sexuality
Mm.
too. She said Riley thought it'd be all poetic and romantic if we just went crazy together, except she did, I didn't. So she kind of gave Joel a little, hey, just to let you know, I'm not interested in boys. She kind of let him know that with that one when she said, poetically romantic, and I'm like, yeah, yeah,
So
and
anyway, yeah, and later on, Joel talks about how she would have been friends with his daughter if they ever met.
mm-hmm,
Which is a nice little thing. Anyway, so we go back to the hospital. Joel's on his rampage. He's going down the stairs to go to the room, operating room. Walks in. The surgeon's there. 3 nurses. One of the nurses is Laura Bailey, who voices a very important character in the next game.
mm,
Um, I don't think she's gonna play the person, but she voices a very important person in the next game.
mm.
So like a lot of voice actors ended up showing up in these last few episodes,
That's
which is
cool,
cool.
right?
Um,
And
Joel pops
Joel,
the surgeon in the head, one shot, one kill.
right? So anybody else that he killed the only person that Marlene and them knew to be able to do this. You know what I mean? He killed the only person that Marlene and everyone in this Firefly camp knew to be able to do this procedure to make sure to get these the fungi out of her so that way they can make this cure. Popped him dead in the head.
Said like Jasmine says here, unhook her. I won't let you take her. Dead, unhook her. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Uh,
Real
so as
simple.
far as I'm aware, he left those nurses alone. We don't really see. I don't know.
I don't think
Uh,
so.
So then he's going to the parking lot to get a car, and who's there?
Marlene
Fucking Marlene. It's
with
shut.
with the gun. With the
Marlene-
guns,
Marlene
pretty much
says,
telling him.
Joel,
And then she,
even after all you've done,
right.
I will let you walk out. You gotta leave. You gotta leave her.
So
Don't be naive. He shot them.
mhm.
Maybe.
he he sees Marlene and he has Ellie in his hand, and Marlene says to him, "You know, she would have wanted this, Joe," and that set him off. Like, how the fuck would you know? Pow! Pops her one good time in the gut.
And then we that doesn't happen until after we see Joel with Ellie
Right.
in the car.
I'm sorry.
Ellie's
You're
waking
absolutely
up.
right. Ellie's waking up in the
Um,
car.
She's asking what happened.
What
He said,
happened?
"Oh, it was the anesthesia. You're just,
Yeah.
just stay, lay down."
Right.
Where
And
what happened? There was an attack, Raiders attack.
they
Had to
killed
get you out of
everyone in there. I had to get you out of there. And she started asking.
Marlene.
She said, "What about Arlene?" And he's like, "Yeah, everyone."
Her too.
And
And she just
you
turns
could
around.
right. You could tell from that point she didn't believe him. You can tell exactly from that point she didn't believe him. So
Yeah.
now they're in a car and
it's
they're driving.
Yeah.
Tense
And we see
situation.
flashbacks. We see flashbacks to what happened, what really happened.
Right.
Joel shoots her in the gut,
And
shoots Marlene in the gut, puts Ellie in a car, goes back, bam, in the head. Yeah.
Right.
So that's something I want to talk about.
Joel
So
tells her that
Joel
there
flat out
turns out to be
lies.
right. He flat out lies and tells her
You were the
that
11th girl they've done this, or person they've done this with.
it's
Didn't
just
work.
work. Mhm.
But, and this is a thing that changes, and this is a controversial point in the game. It's been debated back and forth. You can find files in the game where they have done this before, and it hasn't worked. But they don't really say if it's someone that's immune or if it's someone that is infected with the cordyceps that's not immune. So in the first one, they leave it up to you where like maybe it wouldn't have worked anyway. I'm sure that in the game, yeah, I don't think she knows in the game. In the first one anyway, and then in the second one they kind of retcon it a little bit, where it would probably have worked. There was not any done before. So in this, they kind of blended it with Joel's lie. You'll come after. But yeah, I mean, 'cause she would have.
Right.
So that's something where I'm curious to see where they go from here. So they drive and Joel's talking to Ellie about his daughter and like, oh, you would have been friends. You know why I think you would have been friends? Because you're funny. And she was funny too. Y'all would have got along. They're walking up this hill. He's talking about hikes and he's like, she didn't,
He's legit comparing her to his daughter. He's letting it known like you're my new daughter.
No spoilers for the second game. I'm just saying I personally didn't like the tone change. First game was dark. I had soft moments. Hope second game was like, damn, can I smile? I agree. That second game is very controversial for so many reasons, which I can't talk about until we get to the next season. But that is the one thing that is the second game is just so much darker. And
let me ask the question: is this one of them games where can I just legit buy the game, or do I have to buy the game and then buy something in the game to buy something in the game to buy something in the game to buy something in the game?
You just buy the game.
Oh, thank you. Because you know what I'm talking about. I'm tired of games like that.
Oh yeah, all the extra shit you got to add on and all.
Right, like
it's
if I'm.
it's just.
Why do you think I stopped playing 2K?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's
And then
ridiculous.
2K is nuts because it's like a gambling thing they added into it where you gotta hope you get the right shit or you gotta pay real money to buy stuff. It's I found that so hard. Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yo,
It sucks.
it's the worst, yo. Like, I don't like. I'm sorry, like, I don't want to play any game where if I'm paying $54.99, maybe even $60 for the goddamn game, and then you tell me I got to spend another $30 to get this pack, another $30 to get this pack, another $80 if I want this person, another $90 if I want this person, and there's special moves. Like, yo, I didn't spend $300 off a $60 game by now, man, and I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't. I also didn't. The second game is it just didn't. I'm with you. I didn't like it as much. Yeah, me and a friend of mine just started playing a game together because it was on sale for like $3. It's originally $60. It was this mega sale for like $3, and that was like it's the ultimate edition. It comes with all the DLC. If you bought it regularly with everything attached to it, it was $240.
That's
That is
ridiculous.
insane. And it was
That's ridiculous.
Borderlands 3 is what it was, and it was like it was on sale. The mega edition was on sale for like $3. I'm like, well, if I'm ever gonna play it, I was gonna get it for $3 instead of $240.
That's
But no,
ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure Last of Us 2 is just it's the game and that's
All
it.
right. All right. If it's one of those, then I can fuck with it. I don't want nothing where I gotta keep buying to buy.
I want to spend money in my own life. I'm not spending the money in the video game life. Hard pass. Like that is the second game, but they didn't deliver. Hope the show makes it better. That's the thing that I'm kind of excited about. Is the shit that the show changed. I think made the story better in the first season. I think overall the experience of the game is better than the show, but I think the changes they did, the things they did were new, were a lot more interesting. So I'm hoping when they're doing the second game, I'm going to GameStop.
Yeah, let me know how much that is too, bro.
I'm hoping when they do the second game, they take some liberties and change some shit up a little bit. I'm hoping. But anyway, they get to the top of the mountain or not mountain, but wherever they're at, the hike. They see the hill or they see the town that Tommy and his wife is at.
Right.
And Ellie looks at Joel and says, "Joel, was everything that you said to me true? Was all that
Swear to
true?"
me that swear that everything you said to me that happened back there was true. And he looks at her and says, "Yeah, I swear it." She takes a deep breath and goes, "Okay."
You can
And then
tell
that's it.
Ellie. You can tell Ellie
Doesn't believe him. You can
but
tell
that's the
Ellie
end of-
doesn't believe
That's
it.
the end of the season.
The season.
You
Here's
guys have
my
a favorite
thing.
and least favorite episode.
I have this season finale is my least favorite episode. And it's because of the way it ends. I feel if they would have not let Joel answer and just gone black,
Right then,
that would have been better than him
leave you with a
saying,
hook.
yeah. If they'd have did that, I would have much more enjoyed that episode. But because that one little last 3 seconds of him answering, to me, ruined that episode.
Okay.
Favorite episode? Oh yeah, Bill. All day.
Bill, I say Bill like 3. Yeah,
Strawberries.
Like
It's my
it is
favorite.
It's the best episode of the whole season, and it's just
It's one of the first off. It's one of the best fucking love stories I think I've ever seen on television.
yeah. It's
I fucking love it.
You
It's
can
a
take that
genuine
episode,
fucking relationship.
you can take that episode by itself and show it to someone that doesn't watch the show, and just like here's just a nice episode of TV, bam, and it would have them hooked. I don't know if I have least favorite episode. Yeah, every episode in this show was at the very least very good. Like I didn't think there was a bad episode in the bunch. If it, I kind of agree with you, Kenny. it's either this one or if they're gonna heart. Love it. Yeah, it's just a great episode. The one in KC.
I enjoyed the one in Casey because of the action that was with it. That's why I enjoyed it. It gave me it was because a lot of the show before the one in KC was not so much killing and action and stuff like that. It was more about the journey. This one was straight up and down action. So like this the Casey episode reminds me of what a first person zombie apocalypse video game is like. That's what that episode reminded me of.
Oh, the first one, okay.
Oh,
She's
okay.
talking about the first one, not the part where not the episode where they're talking with Henry and Sam, but the one before that where they're just getting there.
Okay.
I think I agree with you. That might be the one that I like the least.
Okay.
But also I enjoyed the new character, that woman. God, what's her name? The one that was leading that group. I liked her. I like that story a lot. So again, I don't hate anything in this show. I think if there was an episode I'm going to kind of gloss over, it's probably that one. I'm probably with her on that. Kathleen was great. Kathleen was a great villain.
Like I said, the season finale fell short to me because they let Joel answer. Like we knew, like you said, we knew he was gonna lie to her, but let us think that maybe he had a change of heart the last second.
Yeah, I was waiting for some big different change, some kind of twist.
And then for the episode, I'm sorry, Margo. One thing that did piss me off, you know why the season? Yeah, this is my least favorite episode. Because not only did they have him answer, the fucking episode ended like 15, 20 minutes early.
It did.
I was like, what the shit is this?
They wrapped it up. They wrapped it up. So yeah, aside from that drowning thing they didn't do, it was mostly like, yep, that's what they're gonna do. Yep, this is happening. Yeah, this. For someone that played it, it was very much by the book. They're just pretty much doing almost the exact way the game goes. Really, the Riley flashback is your least favorite. Yeah, like so, Kenny. I told you that was DLC basically in the game. That was not originally part of the story, and I was wondering where they were going to put it because I thought it was an important part of the story, but it didn't have a natural part in the game. So I was curious where it was going to go. I think it was a good spot to put it.
Yeah.
Because like, where else was it going to go if you're going to cover it? That's a good spot to place it.
Right. Where else is she? Where else? Like, yeah, she has nothing but time while she's watching Joel get sicker and sicker.
And making you wait 2 weeks to see if Joel dies was
good.
God, it was good. It makes you wait.
It was good.
It makes you wonder.
It was good. That's why I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, because they're not making you hold out and wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I get that. Overall though, this show was fantastic. The show's great. I said at the beginning that I wanted to fail because I hate Neil Druckmann as a person, and I think he's kind of up his own ass.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, it's a great fucking show. I refuse to watch episode 5. Was it 5? 5 or 6 when Henry and Sam go out? 5. So 6 is when they get to Tommy. So yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5. Overall rating of season?
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Like
definitely.
I don't have any complaints to drop it down low. I really just like it's a great watch. 9 episodes, you get a lot of shit. It's very packed. They could have made this 15, 20 episodes and they didn't. Yeah, that's one.
Yes,
that's the one he's not watching.
Yes, I don't. Nope, not one time. Not one time.
Henry and Sam broke my fucking heart. I don't think I could watch that scene again. Yeah, that was.
The fact that they ended the episode with that and then started the very next episode with it again.
With them burying. Yeah, with that and then them burying. And it was just like, oh. They knew
Yeah.
how tough that was.
They hit us
As
with
far
a
as
Charlie Murphy.
as far as video game adaptations go, this is probably the best live action video game adaptation I've ever seen.
So
Um,
far,
I
so
don't
far,
think
we
anything else
have
comes
been
close.
very lucky, Mongo. Knock on wood, this show has been very lucky. We've had three different types of adaptations turned into TV shows that have gone well for us.
Mhm.
House of Dragon, Game of Thrones, which is a series of books. Interview with a Vampire, which is a flat out movie.
Mhm.
And now Last of Us, which is a video game. We've had some good luck so far.
They've all been great. Yeah, been great. Again, if y'all didn't watch Interview with the Vampire, whew, watch Interview with the Vampire. That's a great adaptation. That TV show is fantastic.
Really is.
Um, there are some shows that there are video game adaptations that I prefer over this, but they're animated. But I've seen The Cure.
I think I've seen that. I think
I've
I've
seen
seen
that.
that. I
HBO
think
Max
I've
sponsor.
seen that.
Shit, we need a lot more viewers to get HBO Max to sponsor.
Never know.
There is there are shows on Netflix called Castlevania and Arcane that
I
I
watch
think
Castlevania.
are Castlevania is great. I think Castlevania and Arcane are the greatest video game adaptations ever made, ever done. You don't have to know shit about the games either. You just fucking watch them blind, and you'll get a great story out of both of them. I recommend those. But live action, I think this is it. This sets the bar.
This has been. I haven't played the game, but from going back and forth with you for the season and you showing me clips and telling me about clips, I can honestly say that so far this has been a very good adaptation. And I haven't even played the game yet, but people that I know who have definitely have said the same thing.
Hope 2013 about a little girl that is attacked by a drunk man and she's recovering, but she's now scared of her dad, trying to find ways to make her feel safe. Have you seen Incantation?
Probably, bro.
It's
Yo,
a
I'm
movie
gonna
on
keep it.
Netflix. It's a
There's a
movie on
lot of
Netflix.
movies that I don't know the name in that I wound up walking into the first
Yeah.
5-10 minutes of it because the missus is always watching some weird shit. And I just sit there and watch it and never know the name of it.
Incantation is a Taiwanese like found footage horror movie, and it's about
Now
this
that sounds
woman.
interesting.
It's about this woman who is reconnecting with her daughter that she abandoned at birth, and I think it is very. If you ended up watching The Wailing, you said, and you've watched Train to Busan, so I think you'd like it. It's very different. But I think you get a kick out of
All right.
it. What
With
about The
that
Witcher?
Miracle Cell 7?
Hell no, not. What's wrong with Incantation? You have to explain that one. Is it too much? Is it too much? What about The Witcher? I wish Mike was still here. The Witcher
I
has,
hear it veers off.
yeah, The Witcher veers very far off from the source material, both the game and the original books. Like it's not even close. It's very different. Um, there's a character called Eskel who is a very important character that pretty much stays with Geralt throughout the entire series. That they turn into a one-off dick that they kill off in like 20 minutes,
Oh.
and it sucks. It pissed me. It pissed me off so much I almost didn't finish the show.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
but it has good moments, but it's not. It's not. It's like a 7 out of 10. It's solid. It's not great. And the guy that played Geralt, he was pissed because they kept fucking shit up in the story. The new Super Mario movie.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Definitely will. We definitely can do that.
I want to know why you're saying this. I need to know why you're against this. Henry Cavill. Yeah, he part of the reason he left was because they kept messing the story up. Wedding just Korean movie. Mom was sick. She's coming to her 6-year-old daughter. Her wedding guest when she grows up. See, I'm trying to get you with like something / emotional stuff. She's just going straight emotional,
I see.
make you cry from day one.
I'm not. I'm
Just
not. I don't
wait
want to
for
do
that
that.
podcast.
I mean,
Um,
can a brother get a little action, a little something like in between that? Damn.
we got to we got to put Kenny in like the shallow end of the pool first before he can learn to go to the deep end. He's got to like got to
Like, come on, at least give
ease
me a
him
life
into the
jacket.
emotional shit. Yeah, overall great season. Great season of TV. Folks, thank y'all so much for following along with us
Joining.
throughout this podcast. I think we've done 7 episodes because we did 2 doubles. So yeah. We'll be back when the next season starts. Whenever
For
that
sure.
is. Um, Onward, the kids movie.
I've seen that.
Did that make you cry?
It gets you misty a little. It gets you misty a little.
Cried
Gets you
so damn
misty a
hard.
little. Gets-
If you want to follow whatever we're doing going forward, follow us facebook.com/under the ring pod and twitch.tv/under the ring pod. Go there. You can follow us at our link tree, which has a
All
lot
right.
of our stuff on it.
And on our link tree, you have, of course, Linktree / Under the Ring Pod, Greg Bush SK, Brock Ribs 44, Mr. Fresh Beard, The Right Answer, Boriel Mariente, and Justin D. Baxter. Folks,
Please follow the page for those of you that haven't. Give us recommendations for Kenny's cry list
all right.
and for anything
Folks,
else. y'all
hold on
want.
1 second. 1 second. I just want to say this show is just me, Mongo, and Mike literally just talking about random television that we see that we happen to like. Without y'all interaction every week, I'm not sure we would have the show that we do. So thank you for joining in with us every week. Thank you for being faithful and watching with us. Thank you for allowing us into your life for the weekend or whatever, whenever you do decide to watch us. Thank you for engaging with us, giving us laughs, giving me something to cry about while watching these lists. Thank you to all our viewers. We greatly appreciate every bit of you're yelling at us, you calling Mongo names, you calling me names, you just laughing with us. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all very much. It's been really fun to do. It's definitely helped me out, giving me some. This is exercise for me, essentially. So this is great for me. What was the thing that changed that you don't know is good or bad about the next season? That Joel didn't find anything about them trying this before. Pretty much guarantees they're doing the retcon for the next that they did in the game, which I don't like. Um, and you'll see what I'm talking about when the next season starts. I'm sure it's going to be very soon. Have a good weekend. I'm glad we grew as a community during this.
We really
Yeah,
did.
thank y'all so much. It's been a lot of fun. I look forward to this every time we've done it.
Oh, and
Um,
here's the thing. There's one thing I want to tell you. We got confirmation. So didn't we know for sure game House of Dragons will be returning. Very it will be returning by like June. But before June get here, folks, we need some more TV to watch.
is it this year?
Yeah,
Is it
I
really?
think they're gonna do this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's 2024. Is it 2023? Summer 2024 is what I'm seeing. But if it's yeah, summer 2024. So
Boo.
we need more.
We
We
need
need more
way
stuff to
more
watch.
shit.
Yeah.
Way more shit.
Incantation messed me up. The reveal. Yeah. So look, I'm not gonna let you see the rest of that comment. Watch Incantation. Watch Incantation. Uh,
The
we
reveal
might
about that spell. What?
we might do some of these episodes about movies that Kenny's watching. Start the Crowless as like an official podcast. We'll see. But
Why
again,
not?
if you want to give us recommendations, see what we're doing, any of that stuff, be sure to follow us at these links below. Um, we'll be back Thursday to talk about wrestling, of
Right.
course. The Annoying Podcast airs every week, 8:45 ish on Thursdays. Eastern time. And I think that's about it. Do you have any last comments you want to say before we walk away?
Once again, thank you, folks. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a Kenny Cry podcast coming soon. Hell no.
Well, hell yeah. Hell yes. Hell yes. I'm saying they need to get those fucking ideas, send them to our Facebook page. Please. Please do it. Because we'll have Kenny watch it.
and I probably will. That's the sad part. I probably will
Yeah.
because
Oh,
I'm a glutton for
absolutely.
punishment. I'm a glutton for punishment.
And wake up every single Saturday just going. I knew it. I knew it was gonna get you. Okay, Bronx Men Crying Podcast. All right, folks. Thank y'all so much. I'm taking my ass to sleep after watching this bracket get busted. I just got nothing else to worry about today.
Right. I don't
Y'all
give a
have
shit about nothing.
y'all have a great weekend, a great week, a great spring, all that shit. Please stay tuned to us, and thank y'all so much. We'll see you later.
Thank you.